Welcome, folks. My name is Ryan, and this is Vintage Story. We are back with episode 2 of my Survivor series. This is different from the previous Explorer series, which I was doing, and I do plan on picking that one back up for anybody who is checking out that series and enjoyed it. We'll get back to our little Explorer run, but this is a multiplayer series, and it all takes place on my survival server. So we are here in a world which is set mostly to wilderness survival settings. There's a few tweaks. We do in fact have a map, as you can see. A few other things have been tweaked a little bit easier, but it's definitely not an easy experience. But nonetheless, we're having a ton of fun. The world is really focused around the economy. That's what I'm trying to push as much as possible, and a lot of people have really jumped in headfirst to that whole idea. So you can see I'm stockpiling everything from flax here at my farm to, of course, food down in the cellar, and I've even undertaken the leather making process, which, no surprise, has been my most lucrative operation. Food and stuff up to this point, I've kind of been providing most of it for free to the community kitchen. We don't want anybody out there starving in the first year, but once winter sets in, I think a lot of this produce and pickles and hopefully some cheese I've got ready, well, hopefully it'll be ready. Yeah, that'll sell like hotcakes during the winter, but you can see that keeping up with the farm and the harvesting is a constant job, but I'm going to have a lot of spare time during the winter too, obviously, for building and whatnot, but we're still early in the life of the server. There's a lot of shops and stalls growing up. The population is still growing. Of course, you can join us on the Patreon. That's right. The link for Patreon is down in the description. Sign up for any tier and you will get access to this server, any other multiplayer servers which I have going, and all my content early and ad-free. But with that said, guys, in the last episode, we did plan on venturing out to a chalk cave, so I need more limestone. I've got the limestone need for leather, and I'm also going to start selling quicklime too. That's another one of my money-making ventures. It's really helpful for a lot of building and stuff. It can even be used in some of the modding recipes, so this is also kind of a pain to make. But so we're going to venture underground to a cave where I know we've got some chalk. It's going to be dangerous, though, because of cave-ins. And I'm waiting on an order here. Well, I need to put in an order for a pickaxe, I think. Yeah, this one's going to be broken soon. I'd like to have a backup. And I think a hammer and chisel are also definitely something we're going to want. So we're going to head to our local blacksmiths not far from here and see if we can do some negotiations face to face for the tools that we need. All right, so before we go to the chalk cave to get some more limestone or chalk for quicklime and for leather, I'm going to need a new pickaxe. This one's pretty close to broken, and I kind of want to get a hammer and chisel for some other purposes, obviously, crafting and chiseling, but we've got our blacksmith, one of our blacksmiths right here in front of us, and I have a leather backpack, so I'm hoping to entice them with a trade. It's not just the Vinconomy mod for trading. You can do peer-to-peer trading too, so let's drop in on Celestra and see what she's up to. Hello, Celestra. Knock, knock. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Hi. So, as I mentioned, I was hoping to get a new iron pickaxe because mine's almost broken. And I was also hoping for a hammer and chisel too, of basically any variety for that would be fine. Copper, bronze, or whatever. But I heard you said you were low on iron.
More like iron. Not really iron itself because of iron blues, but iron ingots. I do have Meteoric iron, but a bit more expensive. I'm willing to trade, well, if you like pickaxe break, I can just fix it up, but the chisel, willing to trade, that's something about back. Oh, yeah.
How about, well, so my pickaxe still has 116, so I'd like to go there with like a fresh one so I can just break this and then have the backup. And a hammer and chisel plus a pickaxe, I think definitely are worth one leather bag. Is that a deal?
I'm willing to trade it for, it's kind of a lot because I'm probably going to use maybe like Video again, but I'm willing to, it does go last longer, and so I'm willing to maybe trade it for this and a bit more leather. 'Cause when
Sure,
we do them
sure.
for like,
Yeah.
I'm planning
How
to eventually.
how much? Well, okay. How much more for this specific trade? I've got a few extra pieces left over from my last round of backpacks.
Um, half a stack too much.
Yeah, because I don't. Well, I don't have that much. Plus, I think just for 3 tools, the leather backpack covers most of it.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, I can't give you all the leather.
16.
I don't have that much either. That's quite a few. I could probably give you 4 just to finish off the trade, but that's I think all I've got left back at the house. See, it's not going to get you a full armor, but I am working on more leather.
That's fine.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, it doesn't have to be now. It
Yeah.
could be like later.
Cool. And I don't need the tools right away, so I'll be at the farm just messing around with stuff. Whenever you finish, I'm gonna make a run to get some. Hey, maybe I'll throw in some extra limestone for you. Oh, I'm also selling quicklime. Would you like any of that for some reason?
No, I'm not
Okay,
really,
just
don't
the
really need
leather.
it. I
No
do
problem.
have need flint. If you have plenty of flint, I'll be willing to.
Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah. No problem, buddy. Great. Well, like I said, take your time on the tools. I'll be down the road. Stick them in the mailbox or drop them off. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much, and I'll get that leather to you too. I'll have that ready whenever you're all done. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you later, Celestra.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Hello. How's it
Hello.
going?
Hello.
Hecla.
Hello.
Oh,
Is
thank you
this,
so much for. Oh, it's meteoric iron too. Woo, that's
last month
amazing.
I had more of that than actual regular iron ingots. So
Okay, well, thank you. That was
like how much
awfully
it
nice.
out of it.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate it. How's it going, Hecla?
Good. If you want me to eventually bring your flax down and give it back to you as twine, I'm happy
Yes.
to do it, but you gotta let me in.
Come on. Yeah, I'll give you. You know what, Hecla? I can give you permission for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean, I'm not
Look at
gonna,
this. Look at this.
I know, I see. I might take
Full of
like
flags.
This crate right
a
here
little bit for
already.
myself, but
Yeah,
like a
no.
small
You can take a
percentage.
100%. With the spindle, the wooden spindle from Tailor's Delight, not the drop spindle, and sticks. You see that? And it requires the clother trait. That, and then it gives you the twine. That's what I would prefer
Right.
more. But some cloth is okay
Yeah.
just for like repairing my uniform and stuff. But
Twine is actually easy. Like that's the first step of all of it anyway, so that's the
Right.
easiest for me.
yeah,
So that's fine.
cool.
But if you want to just give me access, like,
Yes, I
if
will.
You're off the server. I can come in and get the stuff, and
I'll do that right
promise
now.
I won't. I won't like steal your things.
Don't take all my chickens.
Right.
Celestia, what's up? Hey, Celestia, I do have another trade for you, potentially, if you're interested. Did you have something else you wanted to chat about?
Yeah, I don't know. You said you wanted to trade or something?
Oh, I was going to ask for an axe, too, because mine's getting low. I know you want leather, but how about this? And I am still waiting on leather. I've potentially... Oh, wait, actually... No, that's not ready yet. That's to the next... That's on the last stage. I don't know how easy it is for you to get twine, but this is part of the requirement for making tools, isn't it? There's a stack.
Yeah, I need plenty of these. I was gonna buy some from her, but yeah.
There you go. You hear? How about I give you 2 stacks? That'll hold you off for a while. How about that for
Yeah.
just an iron axe? Doesn't have to be meteoric.
I'm
but
making
if you do-
Meteoric Iron.
Okay, cool.
After
And I'll
that.
give you some more leather on top of that whenever it comes out. I'll throw you
Yeah.
some extra. Is that a good deal?
Yeah,
Thank you
that's good.
so much, buddy. Now I can get out there and get working on some stuff. I appreciate that. That's awesome. All
Yeah.
meteorics iron too. Next step, we got to get up to steel, right?
Yeah, steel is on its way. I'm just waiting for one person to bring bauxite. Like they said they had on their body, but they
Yeah.
need like a boat to kind of get back.
Oh yeah,
So I had a bunch of
sailing.
Meteoric iron on them. Yeah.
Might not be till year 1, of the server's life here, but that's okay. That's okay because year 0 is
Yeah.
all about preparation and getting ready. Well, thanks,
I
my
can't be out
friend.
for too long because I'm actually losing temperature, body temperature being here. I need to
Oh, okay.
get some clothing.
All right. Well, better visit the tailor. I'll see you later. Let me get the door. All right, let's set out for town. We got a couple supplies to get before heading to the Chalk Cave. I have my friend Minnie Mongoose here with me. There she is. You ready for an adventure into the Chalk Cave?
Yeah. Going on an adventure.
We got to stock up on a few pies. Let's see. Maybe after we get back, we can do a little cooking in the kitchen. Also, I really want to put a roof on it too, Mongoose. I don't think it's going to take more than a stack or so of rammed earth to get a roof up here. And that would just be so smart for the oncoming winter. But I love all the animals you've got laid out here. Good job. Mongoose is really living up to her mongoose name as a hunter or huntress. All right, somebody's been putting just pie slices in there, but that's all right. We're going to take a couple of pies, get them cut up for the road. I've got 3 liters of water. Is there any fresh blood? Oh, yeah, there is.
There's boiled water.
I prefer a little blood. You know how I am. That's my vampiric nature. Blood, if believe it or not, does refresh both hydration and a little bit of food saturation too. But all right, are we ready? I've got pickaxes. Oh, did we get support beams? How many of those do you currently have?
I've got 12 maple and 15 pine. No,
Okay.
15, 17.
Let's stop by one of the stores here on the way. We might have the opportunity to buy a couple. Ah, yes, support beams right here. That's a deal.
That's
2
like-
gears
that's a
for
logging.
24. I love that. Okay, I've got plenty here. The logging, yeah. I've just gotten basically 3 stacks of it, so I think we're okay. And let's just take a quick peek at the map to show everybody where we're headed. There it is, the chalk cave, everybody. So we're going to head off from spawn, and let's make our journey.
I see it. It's coming for you.
We got a bear. We got a bear, everybody. Let's go for it. Come on, Mongoose. Get on it.
I can't. I'm dropping a tree.
This bear can't hit me, man. He can't even touch me. He's swinging and missing. Oh, we got him. Easiest kill of my life right there. Do you have a
No,
butcher's
you
bag?
You didn't need me. No, I don't. But
That's okay.
I can have an empty slot.
I'm just going to go ahead and butcher him the old-fashioned way. We're going to lose some resources, but hopefully, yes, we got the pelt and we got a piece of fat. That's really what I care about right there. I don't even care about the fleece, but I'll hold on to it because I will be looking to take down more bears and stuff. But we need to get a tree chop so we can start a fire, Mongoose, and get warmed up before we dive into the chalk cave. Okay, we have reached the chalk cave. Almost got killed trying to get in here, though. We got ourselves a whole bunch of chalk if we can just get down here. Now, I forgot my bandages, so I have one left here donated by Mongoose. There she is. She's got her flint spear in hand. All right. We've got a few pickaxes here, but this is it. Oh, okay, here we go. Combat again. We're initiated. I might end up dying here. We got to be careful and very careful because, for one thing, we do have cave-ins turned on, and we got to pay attention to instability. So I did bring plenty of support beams here. Of course, we've got the light in our offhand, and there's a couple ways of doing it. If we leave these pillars here, we don't have to worry about the instability, but we have to find somewhere that hasn't been already. Yeah, I guess we'll just start here. Start knocking out the chalk. There we go. Yep, I'm just going to do the one wide hallways for a while. Then typically we don't have to worry about stability as long as we don't come across any of that cracked stone, which is so dangerous. Oh my gosh, this is the cracked stone that I was talking about. So I just got myself buried in it. Health is not recovering very well over here, Mongoose, but I think I'm okay. I managed to dig my way out, and even a 1x1 wide hallway is not safe with that cracked rock. You really got to be careful in these wilderness survival worlds. Oh no, Mongoose broke both of her little pickaxes. Well, my iron axe is still going strong, so you just patiently wait for me while I dig out the rest of this. I'm just kidding, Mongoose. We can leave. Don't worry. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. We'll switch over. I got a few stacks. It's good to keep some empty room for the trip home because I might come across some more bears or berries. Either of the burr sounds. Now the hard part is getting out of this back rooms looking area. What do we do, Mongoose? Where's the exit to the cave? Are we going the right way or are we going deeper? Uh-oh, Drifter.
Maybe we just pick a direction and run.
Just run out. Oh, it's getting dark too. Come on, Goose.
This way, this way.
Ah,
This way,
we've done
this
it.
way. Ah,
She's
don't fall
got
in.
she's got great navigational
don't go this
skills.
way.
No, she's got terrible navigational skills. That wasn't it. Here it is. She's got
We're out.
great navigational skills. Woo. Ooh, look at that cave. Just like a straight tube going down.
Ooh.
Let's keep moving. We got portals open all around us, despite the fact that it says, oh no, it is high. It said low minutes ago, but it switched, I guess. Whew, we're out of the cave. And guess what? It is November 1st here on the server. Man, oh man. We got some berries, Mongoose? No.
No.
Probably getting towards the end of the berry season, don't you think?
Oh.
Okay, so
Oh, nope, I grabbed some.
we got a couple little
that.
houses, popping up here. This is good. This is good. I guess we'll just head back to spawn and start crushing up this limestone. Maybe we can do some cooking. Mongoose, are you going to bring in some corpses for me to butcher up and cook?
I already have, but I can see if I can find more.
We'll take a look at the kitchen and see what the stocks look like, but I'm definitely going to have to grind up some flour to make some delicious pies. Ooh, looks like we got a bunch of drifters over here too, Mongoose. Let's get inside the town. What do you say? A little bit safer in here. We got walls, double iron doors. I love it. This place is really coming together nicely. We got some great and talented builders here too, but let's see.
Well, no, but then you could like put it in like a one.
Luca,
thing and put it.
Sai is there, Hecla.
Question.
When you like be done, or we need like fat for like.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of corpses here. This is good news. Let's see how the pies are holding up. Not bad, not bad.
No, consider.
All right. I think we can safely drop off the chalk here back at the farm. Yeah, looks like the food's holding up there pretty good. Let me check my mailbox. Ooh, somebody dropped off some stuff. Was this Mongoose? Did you put this in here?
Maybe.
It would had to have been the silver is what tipped me off because her and I were talking about silver. We found a nice little gold deposit, believe it or not, a surface gold with quartz. Of course, it was in quartz, but there was a little bit of silver there too, so we split it. She took the gold and I took the silver. That's just how it goes, right, Mongoose? All right, kind of drop off some of the last of the goodies we got on our little adventure there. It was quick and we did a lot of fighting, but in the end, I got some decent chalk. And I was also able to negotiate for some limestone too. Where did I end up putting that? I have plenty of the chalk and lime stones, but now I need to grind them up, unfortunately, in the cairn. So the chalk that we got is right there. 607 is what we just brought back. And like I said, I put limestone somewhere, but you can see I'm kind of disorganized, kind of scattered. My goal is to actually level this little hut here. Of course, it was the very first building that got put up, one of the very first ones. And this is going to replace it. So I'll probably have storage here. Kitchen will go up here, and what I want to do is have it like kind of lead down underground a bit. I'm not sure I'm going to design the staircase itself, but I'm going to have stairs going across from here, and then we'll eventually go down into a cellar. So this will all be gone. We'll have maybe our leather down there, and obviously wine and cheese. But speaking of cheese, let's pay attention to the goats. I think we can actually milk these girls back here. Oh man, there's a portal in my farm right now. Okay, I can hear them. So the chickens I had to fully enclose, believe it or not, because they kept getting attacked by my bees. But it looks like we've got some Generation 4 little baby chicks. Are you Gen 4? Please be Gen 4. Yep, Generation 4. So now I need to very carefully cull the Generation 3s. I might actually give that a few minutes, though. Maybe we'll get another round of chicks. There's only 2 babies. No, 3 babies. There's a chance they can all be 3 roosters, so we'll give them time. I won't cull them just yet, but I do kind of need to feed myself here. Milking goats is hungry work. So let's have a slice of the pie that we made this morning. I'd like to get into the kitchen, but there's a bunch of people over there, so it could be a little chaotic. And it looks like the pies are holding up well, so we might just focus on some of our duties here at the farm. We've got a lot to prepare for with the winter coming on, but number one priority for me is to fill this milk barrel and start making cheese. So let's see. Yeah, they got a few more days now. This one is still actually a wild goat right here, so it's unlikely. Yeah, that one I didn't get any milk from. Could be tricky business getting them to stand still, right? But there is a generation 1 in here. Oh, they're pregnant again, too. I don't know if I'm going to get any milk from either of these 2 right now. As you can see from the barrel I showed just briefly there, I did get milk once or twice. It's not quite full yet, though. There it is. We just got a barrel. Takes a little patience, especially when they're jumping around like that. But so we are 10 liters short of a full barrel, but it's good for 13 days down there. It's not an ideal storage, and I want to build maybe a little wine cellar over here too. You know, have the fruit press going with the milk next to it. But I'm kind of waiting for winter, I think, to do some real redesigning. But, you know, if we're not going to get into the kitchen, maybe we should work on the house a bit after this. So let's see. That'll give us, you know, the ability to pass time while we wait for that last 10 liters to start our very first batch of cheese. Okay, the goats have been tended, and I'm just putting in the last of my prepared leather here. So all my buckets are set, either with weak tannin or the strong tannin. We need that lime water, as you can see, but I might take the opportunity during the next temporal storm to grind that up. But right now, I don't have any windmill set up. Of course, here on the survival server, progress is slow. It's not easy, especially if you're a humble farmer, you know. I can't just slap a windmill together normally, as you might in the first year of play, but we do have a couple up, as you can see. Wait, let me get my spyglass here. Yeah, we've got a windmill. That's one of our blacksmiths down the road. And, of course, at the community center, we do have a small one set up for a cairn, but honestly, it's pretty slow. I think it's actually quicker to do it manually, and that one is for the blacksmith. I do have plans on setting one up in the house, so I think we'll do a little bit of building here, and we do need to consider that when we're setting up the roof and the walls and stuff. I haven't gone into creative or anything like that. Typically, what I do is I'm just more of like a free form. I just go with it, you know. I like to just build stuff. It does mean that I end up tearing a lot down and replacing it, but either way, I just enjoy that for the most part. So, looks like somebody might be coming over. Nope, not necessarily. All right, and we have to just imagine right now that this structure doesn't exist. I can't put the stairs in here yet, but we're going to focus on this top part. I think if I can get the kitchen area looking really nice with the walls and maybe some areas for glass that I want, we'll be set. So let's take quick stock of what we're working with here. I do have a small basket with some pine. I'm going to use the quarter logs. Let's put this stuff away. I'm going to have to stop and have a quick breakfast here. 10:05. I guess we call that a brunch, actually, but we'll grab a few of these blocks, and luckily, yep, I've got a crate with 200 pine logs here too. So I'll grab my saw in a moment, but first let's go ahead and whip out some of these. Beautiful. We'll need those for the walls, and after I grab a couple of the tools, such as the saw and maybe even the wrench is really helpful to have. Boom. Yep, now we can get to work on the kitchen. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to go with the quarter logs just here on the bottom. I love these logs. When they introduced them, I think it was in 1.20 update. Yeah, I had to immediately make a log cabin, but I still use them in a lot of my builds, no doubt about it. Now we've got the end pieces here too. Let's see, how did that turn out? Actually, that's exactly what we wanted. Okay, perfect. Don't have to use the wrench there. These pillars are kind of not lined up, but that's intentional. Yeah, I didn't want... Well, when I had them lined up initially, it didn't quite look right to me. So, with the tiered nature of this build, it might not be as expected. The roof is going to be a bit of a chore to get on here, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We've laid that out. I think we need to bring it together in sort of a door. Now, this could be tricky, whoops, considering we're actually on the stairs right here. See, now I'm thinking maybe I need to make the wall from this spot right here. Yeah, that could be the best. Otherwise, it's going to be real awkward trying to place a door. I don't even know if that's possible. And I would like to have these rooms, individual rooms themselves. You know, in other words, have the separation with the door so we can heat this up and stay warm in the winter. And again, this is going to be our little storage area. We'll probably have crates and or chests all along these walls in here. But let's see. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. As long as the door's up, we can mainly just keep it open when we pass back and forth. That should work. That's okay. I don't like how this got cut off. I wish the wood maybe went across here. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that wood across the outer rim there and see how that looks. There it is. All right. Yeah, that fits with the aesthetic of the room more. And I've got this random pattern here. I don't know what you guys think about the randomness of the floors. I do have enough claystone cobble to fill it out completely. Initially, I went with rammed earth as a kind of a placeholder because I didn't have enough of the claystone cobbles, so I could. But then again, I kind of do like the randomness. It might actually be better if the claystone cobble were more of the dominant block and just have a few little cut-ins of the rammed earth instead of it being reversed, you know, with the rammed earth being dominant. So let's do that. And man, I tell you, this claystone cobble really does match the pine pretty well in my opinion. All right, so I think I've got the foundation of the walls laid. Took a little bit to figure out the corners and where I wanted these ends, but the door will go here. And again, imagine the staircase is in the center at this point, just similar to this one. I might even do those 3 high doors. I really like a good 3 high door. It just feels a little bit less like claustrophobic when I approach a room. But for now, we'll just keep the 2 high here. And let's see if we can start to build up some of the walls. So I'm not going to worry about the way these are turned at the moment. Again, I have my trusty wrench so I can get them all lined up later. But let's just start slapping these down. I might do something different with the corner too. One of the things, since this will be exposed, we could maybe just go up a little bit here like this with some raw pine logs. Let's do that in the corners like that, just a couple, and we'll set this down, this first wall, kind of step back and see what it looks like once it's in place. I might change the corners altogether, but it's hard to know until you get it up there. Yeah, do we need to bring it across the top? I think definitely. Whoops. We're going to want it that high at least for ceiling up there. I don't know, too. Maybe I'll stick something up on the ceiling, so we might have a ladder that goes up there. We could do our leather up there on top as long as it's covered and there's no rain getting in the barrels, because it's just kind of annoying to have to barrel out the rain constantly. But, you know, we have a mod called Smoke and Scent. And that does a few things regarding meats and fires, but it also makes it so that tannin, wherever you set up your leather, actually is like stinky, and it like increases your hunger rate, makes you hungrier faster. Not because like I think hunger or stink makes you hungrier, but just a consequence of being around such like a caustic chemical smell, I guess. But yeah, let's take a step back, see what this first wall looks like. Yeah, trust me, it's going to look better once the roof is on it, because I will be using the VS roofing. And this pillar here is not finished. I might actually lower that. I don't know. We'll have to play around with it. Like I said, it's all just about exploratory building for me. I don't ever plan anything out. Not physically, unless I just get struck with an idea and I'm like, oh, I want it to be this particular shape. Like, the inspiration with this build was mainly just to have it on stilts, to have a raised build over the lake here. Yeah, which is kind of obviously what we've got going on, but let's kind of back out. And I think it's going to be okay. Yeah. We'll have to imagine again that this monstrosity is out of here and that this is going to be the only real building in the farmstead. So, of course, other than our little animal coops, but let's see, what time is it? 7. Probably want to check on our goats again in the morning. Got to keep up with that milking, but let's see if we can get a few more walls up and get the actual frame of the building finished. Okay, so the walls are mostly up here, but I have called in a favor from my neighbor next door, the lady who lives in the shoe, which is just right over there somewhere. Mongoose, are you here with me? Knock, knock, she's here.
You have no door.
Hello, the door is in the middle. So, yeah.
Okay, first critique. This sucks. How do I get in?
Oh, that's a mongoose trap, actually. It's a staircase that goes nowhere. But now you're trapped. Oh, she got out of the trap. Now, imagine this staircase is going to lead across the whole front frame. I got to tear down this structure, obviously. But this is going to be our storage room. So everything in that little shack needs to be moved in here now. Of course, I got to get the roof on it, but that's a whole separate process since I'm going to be using the VS roofing, which I love. And I recently did a tutorial video on it. Everybody check that out, right, Mongoose? Did you watch my tutorial video?
I watched most of it.
Most of it. You know what? It's hard. It's hard to keep people focused to the end of a video. That's the trick, you know?
It's still an open tab.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, I have called Mongoose over here to get her expert building critique. What do you think so far? What are your impressions? Don't hold back. Don't spare my feelings.
Are you going to stay with the claystone and rammed earth mixed together?
I'm not sure. What do you think? Should I go solid claystone? I wanted a little variety.
Yeah, variety is nice, but I feel like the rammed earth just doesn't blend well, you know?
One thing that might
Unless you
work.
did some chiseling to make it blend.
Yeah, I can stick it in the crafting grid a couple times to give it those rougher lines. You know what I'm saying? So the rammed earth, let's see what that looks like. I just did that with a couple blocks. Alternately, it would probably ultimately be better to find a different variety of cobble, one that's similar but different in color, like maybe conglomerate cobble, you know, because I know we have some of that around.
Yeah.
As opposed to rammed earth. I think ultimately that does look better, yeah, than just the naked rammed earth. We'll call it naked rammed earth. And this is the clothed stuff. No, I'm kidding. But actually, that is nice. I kind of like that. It could be, you know, the gray could match maybe a little bit more, but that's just, we'll leave it up. I'm always impressed by people who can incorporate rammed earth into their builds, you know, in a nice way. So maybe I'll be impressed with myself for once. But anyway, go ahead, Mongoose. Keep critiquing. Don't spare my feelings. What are we thinking? Tear the whole thing down? Or?
Don't tear the whole thing down.
Okay.
Do not do that. Let's see. The idea about having the stairs spread all the way across feels like wasted space. You know?
Maybe I'll just do like 3 here, just like this 3. Yeah, like these 3, maybe not all the way across, because that would kind of block some of the look of the lake below it, which is kind of cool. Yeah. We can do that. I agree with that. And what about in here, though? Because I've got the stairs going all the way across. Maybe if I cut these. Did you get that rammed earth?
You want it smaller. Yes, I did.
me get that so we can finish this floor so we don't fall into it. Beautiful. So what were you saying about the stairs over here? I think they should be...
I think a deck. Like out here, a deck, and that way it makes more sense to have the, I don't know, the stairs.
Where a deck?
Outside, right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can incorporate some sort of deck. I was actually, when you said deck, I started to think maybe about like a wraparound deck. For instance, we could have maybe a door on each side, and then it wraps all the way around. Yeah, with the stairs still going down, but it'll just be like there'll be a little opening in the deck itself to go down. I kind of like that because then we can kind of step out, look at the crops, or we can go down into the cellar, you know, which is what I want to do from here. I want it to go down, actually literally underground. I don't know how I'm going to design that yet, but it'll kind of flow with the whole building is what I'm hoping. Anyway, your thoughts? Keep going. We're good. We're making progress here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, go ahead. Tell me. Keep talking about my building.
I'm looking around and thinking.
Okay. Well, while you're thinking, did you see the post office? Sir Duncan and I worked on adding new post office boxes, and we changed the color scheme. He came up with those really brilliant suggestions. We ought to take a break from this ugly monstrosity. Let's go pop over to the post office. What do you say, Mongoose?
Yeah.
All right. Mongoose is ahead of me, already at the post office, but I have to stop and check my register. Only 4 rusty gears, but my stock is running a little bit low. I'm down to 1 leather bag for sale. Some random terra preta there. But, hey, Metal's here. We're going to head over and take a look at the new post office. We worked on this last night because I had initially 18 different post office slots. Hello, Mongoose. And they all got taken up right away. So there was a request to make more. Here we are at the post office. This building was created by me before the server launched. I was in creative. I just wanted something kind of castle-like, not too flashy, but something that would be, you know, reminiscent of a post office maybe. So here we are. There it is. Look at this, Mongoose. Doesn't it look so much better with the colors? I think she doesn't. I don't think she likes it, everybody. That was a long pause there after that question. But yeah,
you gotta give me a minute to process.
We've got 18 plus 18 now, so that should be 36 mailboxes. Everybody's welcome to grab one, of course. Now, my mailbox is in front of my farm, so I don't have one in here, but it might not be a bad idea to just claim one. You know, anybody who does want one, they just come, grab the charcoal and or the chalk, depending on the color you choose, and you just put your name on it. Simple as that. Everybody's entitled to one. But since I live so close, you know, Mongoose, I don't have one. Do you have one? Let's see.
I just made one.
Nice. You did. Some of these are so small. We're going to have to like beef up the size of these fonts on here. Mini Mongoose the Tailor. Awesome. There we go. And in the winter, of course, we can start a little campfire here, keep things warm. It looks like there's a hole in the ceiling, but trust me, there's glass up there. It's just been chiseled. But either way, Mongoose, let's head back to the farm. I want to put some finishing touches on the structure before I start working on a roof. So say goodbye to the post office, at least for now. And of course, we've got the notice board where I need to put up a notice regarding sulfur and a few other things I need for sturdy leather. But that is for another episode. All right, taking a look at it here from a distance with Mongoose. She's helping give me her expert eye. We're discussing some things. Let's pop into bird's eye view, but zoom in a little bit on it. Okay, I think one thing I need to do is replace this column right here. I'm going to take, just regular pine and replace that, at least to that point. I think we'll keep the debarked log there, but from here up, it looks weird not having natural pine there now. So that's a change we can make. And we were discussing kind of a wraparound, like a little walkway or patio, Mongoose? Is that what we were talking about?
Deck. some
Yeah,
kind.
a deck of some kind, yeah. So maybe have a couple of doors on either side of our little, yeah, so we can, well, obviously have to put some flooring in there, have some fencing going around it, but yeah, I like that idea. And that can help kind of break up the boxy look of it, because essentially we're just looking at two squares right now. Of course, the roof is going to help too, but let's take this down. Not sure about that one. But yeah, as you can see, it's still a work in progress. Of course, we're on November 2nd now. The server is getting into winter, so it's definitely the time to start building a nice little house. Don't you think, Mongoose? How's your shoe coming along?
It's shoe-shaped.
Shoe-shaped
and
on
that's
the
what
outside.
matters at this point.
It's a pretty big interior. Are you going to be able to heat it up and stuff in the winter? Or you're going to have to come over here looking for a hot meal in a warm room? Is that your plan for the winter? Yeah, we'll see. No
Maybe
answer
I'll
from
come
that.
over and visit.
I don't know if I
You
don't
just want me
get
to visit, I'm pretty sure.
if I don't get this build right, nobody's gonna want to come over here and be seen in this house, right? So, well, folks out there, I think we'll sign off right now with the structure as it is, but I'm going to do a little bit of work here and there, tweak some of the things we talked about. Let me know what you think down in the comments of the build, and of course, we are going to be tuning in for another episode very soon, Mongoose. I think what we'll do in episode 3 is maybe tour a few of the other people's builds around the server, right? Sounds pretty good, but hey, there's a lot of adventures we can get into as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that next one. Thanks everybody for coming by. Say goodbye, Mongoose, to everybody out there.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode.